All right, everyone. So I have a lot of exciting things to talk about, and so without any further ado, let's just jump into the episode. Whoop. And welcome to the ABHI podcast. So, the first big announcement. You might be able to tell my camera quality has improved and my frame rate. That is because I have bought a new phone. Yes, that's right. I have bought a new phone. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. I have. It's the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus, and I bought it just day before yesterday at the time of recording. And this phone is super phenomenal. It's in Phantom Black, that is like the matte black version of the phone, and it's so good looking. The design is good, the speed is awesome. Like, it's such a big and huge upgrade over the previous phone I had. The previous one was Samsung Galaxy A50, and I bought it like 2 years, 2.5 years ago. And now finally I upgraded and I went big. Jumped from here way up to there. But I finally made it. And I have to say, this phone is very good. I'm going to make a lot of content with this phone, and it's all going to be super high, crisp resolution so that you guys can enjoy the maximum quality. The maximum. It has the best microphones, the best camera. It has so many features. I'll test it all out. I'll make epic videos with it. I hope and I promise. I think so. I don't know. Okay. So now, the second big announcement is that I am leaving Kuwait forever. That's right. I am leaving Kuwait forever. That's because I'm going to India to continue my further studies, and I'm going to leave Kuwait on 26th November, which is just a few days from now. So all the packing has been almost completed. We have like so many bags, but most of the clothes and the things that my brother left over here, I'm taking it with me, and then once I go there, I'm staying there. But the good thing is, it's new opportunities. Now in Kuwait, I have made so many videos and so many podcast episodes. I have also introduced a lot of guests on my podcast. But once I go to India, there's going to be so much more content. Just record this, shoot that, film this, make an episode with that person and this person, and collaborate with that person. And when I go to India, I'll get more viewership also because I'm changing my location. So people will discover me more. I'll find new people, make new friends, and tell them about my podcast, and then they'll spread it around. I hope make new groups, make new friends. So new viewership, new audience will be a good thing for me, right? I hope it's a good thing for me. And you guys, thank you for sticking around. I'm still seeing my last episode did really well. Last episode, it was better than the previous episode. So whoever saw the episodes, thank you for supporting. That's a nice one. And yeah, also check out the highlights on my channel. I post small clips of my podcast which are like very interesting on the highlights playlist. So just go over there and check it out. It's very fun. And as I am packing, right, we have to buy a few new things. So a few new things included this phone, obviously, which is spectacular. But also, I bought new sunglasses. But they're not just normal sunglasses; they are the Ray-Ban sunglasses, which is like the premium quality sunglasses, like super high quality. What happened at first is that I went over there, I bought a sunglass, right? But when I came back home, I changed my mind. I was like, oh, I don't think this is a good one for me because it was so big and it was blue in color, and the build quality was a little bit off. So I had like a second doubt in my mind. But then I went a second time, and then I changed it for better Ray-Ban ones. A little bit more expensive, but they were actually so good. Like, they look good on me. I feel like I'm a don in that. I'm like, yeah, boy, what's up? Like that. And it's just a good looking sunglass. It's very sleek also. It's like frameless at the bottom, so they look very nice. Now you might be thinking, Abhishek, where are you sitting? You know why I'm doing this? I'm sitting in the McDonald's near my home. But the real reason that I'm always, not shooting in my room all the time is that because I want to change it up. No, because if my room is quite boring looking now. I think in almost every episode, it's the same camera angle, it's the same background, and it's not even very attractive. It's just a cupboard and in a bed, and it's very messy. It doesn't even look that good. So, and since I discovered that these McDonald people, they don't care, If you come and sit over here, you can use their Wi-Fi. You can sit over here as long as you want. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything. Just come, sit, use the Wi-Fi, and leave. And plus, the place is like good looking. It has good lighting. Like you can see over here and here, it has good lighting, and it's a quiet place. It has good internet. No one comes here to bother you. Even if you make a little bit sound, they're like, okay. Plus, come at a time where there's not a lot of rush, because if there's a lot of rush, then they'll be like, you're just taking up space, please move. But if you come in the afternoon where there's less people, then you have a golden ticket in your hand, you know what I'm saying? All right. So anything else I got to add? Yes, actually, before recording this episode, I recorded a different episode in the Avenue Starbucks, but that episode I was really like out of my head, and I did not know what to talk about, so I just talked about me leaving Kuwait. But that's the only thing I could talk about, nothing else. I was just like blanking out, and I was yawning so much. It was so much. Like after every two, three words, I was like, it was just boring as hell. And yeah, that's the story of me going to Avenues Mall and everything. But you know what? I'm going to miss Kuwait because I was literally born here. Not even like, oh, I was born in India and I came back over here after a year. No, I was born here in Farwania Hospital, which is like, what? What? I was born in a different country and now I'm going to another country, my home country. But I'm going to miss Kuwait. There's a lot of upsides in Kuwait. Clean roads, big roads, a lot of luxury, and just more calm and quiet. But in India is going to be hustle and bustle and running around and learning and fighting and speaking and all those experiences. It's like going from a pond into the ocean, like my parents always say. They're like, Abhishek, now you're in Kuwait, so you're in a pond, but when you go to India you're going to be like in the ocean. They always do this reaction, ocean. So I'm like, all right, fine, fine. So it's always daunting, always, of course, because now I'm going to leave. Now I'm not like feeling that much, but when as the day comes closer, I'll be more like uh, sad and a little bit more aware of my limited time in Kuwait. That's why I am roaming around every day in Kuwait. Whichever places I missed out in all these 18 years of my life, I'm trying to cover them in these last few days. So every day I'm trying to go out with some of my friends. I'm trying to find new places in Kuwait, trying to roam around as much as I can, traveling in buses, especially in buses, because when you travel in buses, you get to see new roads, you get to see new places, and you get to know new things. Like before, I did not know that there was a cultural center in Hawali, but because of the bus and the routes and everything, I was like, oh, there is a cultural center over here. So talking about cultural center, if you guys haven't checked out my vlog about the museum, then just click up here and check out the vlog, because I think it's pretty banger. So check it out. I'll put the link up here. What else is there to talk about? I mean, that's the thing. I'm sure most of you who are watching this video right now, or watching my episode right now, might have to shift uh, soon in the future. Maybe you're like living in Kuwait, but then you have to soon, for education and for college, you have to go to India or some other country. So maybe you're not even going to India. Maybe you're going to USA or something like that. Many of my friends have gone to, I don't know where have they gone. Some one guy has gone to Serbia. Like what? When I first time heard that he's going to Serbia, I thought he's going to Siberia, which is like a different thing, but they sound so similar, Siberia and Serbia. And I was like, wait, why is he going to Siberia? What's in Siberia? Why is he going to? That's so random. But then I was like, Serbia. I'm like, okay, it's in Europe, right? Yeah, it's like some Eastern European country. My friend went there and he showed some photos to us. It looks nice. It looks like any other European country, cobblestone roads and churches and people walking around and stuff like that. But it's nice. It's nice. He's going to a different country. One of my friends went to Czech Republic. My mother went to Czech Republic a few years ago. I think almost 6 7 years ago she went to Czech Republic. Even that place is very nice. And one of my friend, he went to India. Obviously, so many of them go to India. One of them went to Canada. My neighbor, my friend Rehan, he was on this podcast, I think, two times now, two times, and he has gone to Canada. And now I'm going to India. So in my building, almost all the people of my age are leaving. My brother is gone. I am going. Rehan is gone. And I think Wakar he also came in one of the episodes. You might remember the car episode. So he stays in my building. He might be leaving next year. So almost the all of us are leaving the building, and it's a big change. All the parents are like, if my father continuously tells me like, you guys are going, it's going to be like empty and quiet and silent. I'm like, what? It's going to be mental. It is crazy because you grew up and now this is like a chain. Like this generation is like gap now. Like now when I see kids who are like 10 or not even 10, like 6 7 years old, they call me like uncle and bhai sahab, and I'm like, damn. I mean, I don't feel offensive when he calls me uncle. I just feel like, okay. But I'm that like generation. There's a generation gap now. I'm that old that there's a generation gap. And yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting. I'm going to miss Kuwait. Yes, I am definitely never going to forget it. And maybe I'll come back for visiting sometimes on vacation and stuff like that. But most of it is just now disconnected physically. Mentally, it's always going to be there. I'm going to miss the Arabic. I'm going to miss the mushakkals and the filafils and the fatayar and everything. You don't get that stuff in India. You just don't. And I have developed this taste for Arabic food. So I'm going to miss all this fatire and stuff. You're going to miss all the Arabic songs they always keep playing on the radio. That offbeat type of thing. They always it's the same. Like every time I play the radio and I listen to the same English songs, I'm like bored, and the Hindi songs also I'm like bored. So I'm like, okay, let's just play the radio, and sometimes they play Arabic songs, the new ones, and literally almost all of them have the same type of beat. Like just that it's a specific beat. When you hear it, you know it's an Arabic song. It's always like a second off from the actual lyric. It's like a tuck 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 tuck, something like that type of beat only it has. And it's always like I always call it the offbeat song because it always like moves. It feels like it moves 1 second behind the actual lyric or the actual flow of the song, the main beat. And that's how you know it's an Arabic song. But I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. um, so yeah, that's the all the things I'm going to miss in Kuwait. Oh my god. And there's so many other things I haven't seen, and I bet in the next 10 15 years, when I if I come back, if I get the chance to come back to Kuwait, all this will be changed. Like I have stayed here for 14 years now in this area, and in 14 years this area has changed so much. So many new buildings, so many people, so many cars, so much crowd. And I bet in the next 15 years when I come here, the city will be bigger. It will be more widespread. It will be like futuristic, and like Dubai. Maybe they'll have like trains and local stations and stuff. I don't know, but I hope it happens because when you go to the far corners of Kuwait, you see so much construction. They're constructing roads, they're constructing buildings, they're constructing footpaths, they're constructing so many things. And I'm pretty sure in the next 15 years all of this is just going to be huge skyscrapers. I think everyone's trying to imitate Dubai's success, just build tall buildings, try to break the world record. I heard that Kuwait is going to attempt to build the world's tallest building, so I'll be excited if it happens. I'll try to come back to Kuwait to see that because I am from Kuwait. I'm like half Kuwaiti only almost. So yeah, hoping for that. And that is going to be the end. Kuwait is chapter closed, India chapter open. Now, when I go to India, expect more content. Okay, more guests on the podcast, more vlogs, maybe some gameplay. I haven't done any gameplay videos. I always think that I want to do gameplay videos, but when I think about the editing, I always get lazy because editing is the hardest part. If I could just record this video and some AI could just edit this for me, remove the unnecessary bits, I would be happy. But then I have to go home now, and I have to noise reduce and everything, and I have to edit the whole thing, and then I have to post it. And posting takes so long. That's the worst part. Posting takes so long. And if the internet gets disconnected, the posting just stops, and then you have to go again and relog the internet. And I'm like, ah. But it's all worth it, when I get the views, when I get the comments, and I get the engagement, I feel nice. So, guys, comment in the video, like it, share it. I mean, you know what? If you want to share it, but then subscribe, and I'll appreciate it. So, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the very next episode of the Egg Beacher podcast. Maybe the next one in India. Next one could be in India. So, keep an eye out for that. I'll talk to you very soon. This has been your boy, and this is the final episode in Kuwait. I can't believe it, but it has been. Your boy, talk to you very soon. Peace.